Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 5 or 6 of What If Deku Had the Darkness? Yeah, no. Sorry I couldn't get any episodes to y'all earlier. My internet was down, and you're probably gonna get flooded with content, so, yeah. That and like most of the day I was sleeping. So when you get these, it's probably gonna be like at maximum like 7 o'clock. Which, hey, for the homeboy, boys, I gotta deal with other shit. And you listen to these on your drive home. Congratulations, you poor soul. But but yeah. Now let's get it started. After Izuku and them left the buffet, fuck, I forgot her name. You see, I forgot that I can't look up the name of Midnight again, or go on my YouTube and just kind of look at that. So we're going for Midnight. For now, I just know her name started with an N. So yeah. So Midnight was not the only one there. Midnight was with, I want to say, like 4 other people, because I want to make them friends in this. Ryuk, Mirako, and Yu, also known as Mountain Lady. I don't know Mirako or Ryuk's actual fucking names, so yeah, deal with it. Oh, they were all there. And to be honestly, no one really knew about Izuku until then. But yeah. Yeah, they're talking. You know, doing girl shit, gossiping. Trying to figure out what's spicy and not. Anyway, hey. When it comes down to it, Izuku, then go to sleep. They wake up in the places that they're supposed to be. And Izuku's having to do a lot more legwork. Well, not a lot more. Well, a lot for him. He's like appearing in the shadows behind like gang leaders, having the darkness kind of rip out from his back, rip through his chest, eat his heart, and bounce. But other than that, that's about it. Izuku, over this time, is slowly but surely taking over the underworld in the heroes' notice. All for One notices. And I'm gonna say, since the Yakuza got absorbed by Deku, so did all of their heat. So, yeah. Let's just say Izuku and is the Yakuza in this, I guess. Because not Midnight, fucking, who's his fucking name? Night Eye, there it is. Doing everything he can to just like, alright, I'm staking out. Like, trying to figure out. Because the mentality of the Yakuza changed. And to say that Night Eye didn't notice was very inaccurate. Because I see Night Eye as the type of man to always have an app on his phone. He has Google Docs open on his phone all the fucking time. Like, that's just how I see him as a character. One moment. Alright, I'm in my garage at the moment, so I'm outside, but I'm technically inside. But, yeah. Where was I? Oh, yes. As I said, I believe that fucking Night Eye is the type of person to have a Google Docs open on his phone at all time on the job, just so he could fucking write shit down. Like, he's that type of person to always have a fucking notepad open. You know what I mean? But, yeah. In all reality, it's not hard to realize, yeah, no, the Yakuza's mentality has fucking changed. And since Shisaki fucking seemingly committed fucking suicide in front of their fucking HQ, which means, in all technicality, because Night Eye is on it, so is All Might, because they didn't have a falling out like in canon. So yeah, y'all know what that means. If there is like a fight between All Might and Deku, it's going to be during that portion. But yeah, Izuku is completely fine with puppeteering shit in the background. But let's go over to Shigaraki, because I've kind of neglected him a little bit. Sorry, I have phlegm today. An absurd amount of it. But yeah. When it comes down to Izuku, Shigaraki's upset. His most loyal fucking minion got fucking iced by him. He's fucking upset. I'm not gonna lie to you. Who wouldn't be? At that point, I want to say that was one of Shigaraki's, only friends. So, yeah. He's kind of fucking mad. But the even weirder thing is, like, even though he's upset, now he is gone out of baby stage Shigaraki into evil mastermind Shigaraki really fucking quickly because of Korigiri's death. And since he got fucking I'm not gonna lie to you, he just kind of got bitched last time, and same did All For One. All For One gave him the quirk early, which then he basically told Shigaraki to getting quirks, like, go. Because he doesn't know what Izuku can do. But at this point, he doesn't see a drawback. Which is kind of like a thing that you would see, off rip. Like, oh, he's a bit more tired than he's supposed to be. No, Izuku looks like after what he did to fucking All For One and almost gutting his ass. Nah, I could do this shit all day. Like, it's just, that's how it is. And to be honest, All For One's kinda scared. He's not as scared as when, like, Doc Ock Deku fucking crucified someone. But he's pretty fucking scared. I'm not gonna lie to you. And since, like, Izuku is starting to, like, be a part of this huge-ass empire. Now, here's the interesting thing. Since Izuku has not, like, formally, like, almost introduced himself as a boss leader for that, his little fucking, the Darkling Syndicate, Shigaraki and All For One still think, yeah, no, he's not a part of it. They don't think he's a part of the Darkling Syndicate. Granted, they're like starting to get the Stain arc ready, which, what they don't realize is Stain is under Izuku's pay grade. Until, like, they actually try to have a meeting with Stain. And he just immediately denies them. Because he's working for the Darkling Syndicate. Which, I'm not gonna lie to you, Izuku has been, like, getting in Stain's head a little bit. And changing a little bit of his mentality on Heroes. Granted, he's still going after the money-hungry motherfuckers. And Izuku is giving him weapons that make no fucking sense, but he's okay. It'll do. But, yeah, Izuku is helping Stain cure the world of all the money-hungry motherfuckers. And those who are just fraught with fame. And, like, then, like, the night hits for that day, right? Izuku's all fucking ready to go on a date. Because in last episode, he was able to convince Nomori? I think that's her name. Tell me in the... You know what? Nah, I'll just stick with the consequences. It's fine. Fuck it. It's Nomori now. But, when it comes down to him and Nomori, no, he still doesn't fucking know that she is Midnight. And Nomori knows that clearly, so she's like, okay, so he's not after money. He actually finds me attractive. And, like, they're talking. I'm specifically talking, we're gonna go back a couple steps. Back to when Nomori, you, and all of them were together, basically talking. And like, they're bringing up the important questions that Nomori does not know the answer of. Whose child is that? And, like, remember, I had Izuku send a picture in that picture had sent Eri like right next to Izuku. Who just being on that adorable shit, you know. That standard Eri shenanigans. But yeah, no, she's starting to think like that's his son. Like that's fuck. First off, wrong gender. Second off, Jesus. But yeah, y'all know what I mean. She thinks that that's Izuku's kid, which kind of surprises her, which means like she's starting to think about like, so did he like, so whose daughter is that? Like, and that's like what they're on, because in all honesty, they think just flat out, is she getting double teamed? Like, and now what do I mean by that? Like, is she like being a little fucking home is like accidentally being a homewrecker? That's what I mean. But yeah, no. Now we're gonna go to the date itself. Now, they don't go anywhere fancy. To be honest, they just go to the same club again. And Izuku picks her up in the shadowy limo, which she was not expecting, to be honest. Now, Izuku's dressed up. He's looking nice. Tokoyami's trying to get in his head, just trying to fuck with him before he leaves, however. And like, unknowing to Izuku, Tokoyami left already. And he's like, oh, where you guys going? Oh, not on the date. You know, the club we met at. I was like, oh, cool. Okay, cool. I'll stay the fuck away from that because that'll be awkward. And, yeah, no. He goes there early. He's not, like, getting smashed drunk. But, yeah. He's, like, biding his time, not really He's drinking non-alcoholic stuff. But, yeah. So, Nomori steps in the shadow MO. They begin driving off. They start talking. Izuku offers wine, but as a smart woman like Nomori would do, she would decline. He nods. He takes some wine for himself. And yeah. When it comes down to them getting there, Nomori damn near like hand waves the guard, not the guard, the bouncer, which basically allows Izuku and her to go in, skipping the entire fucking line. So, in all reality, right, Izuku and Nomori, they begin having a fucking blast. Apparently, like, they could vibe off of each other really fucking easily. And, like, that's when Nomori... I'm tired. Wait, no, I've been calling her Nomori. I'm dumb. Yeah, no. Nomori begins asking about Eri, which Izuku thinks about for a second, like, doesn't nod to himself, but, like, he thinks he is, which, like, turns out he isn't, because he's just he was like just hoping to God it was like he could say, "No, that's my little sister," but no, he's not about to lie to her like that. Izuku gives the partial truth story about Eri, right? And like, he just basically says, I found her in the street. She was in rags. I just adopted her. Because as a person that like has seen so much of how cruel this world could be and how like seemingly uncaring people are, it's strange. Nomori's like, continue. What do you mean you've seen much? Well, as you know, I am like one of the first people in the world to have my quirk awaken at 21 years old. It has never happened before. It is unprecedented. And during that time, I have realized a theme with how people act. And to be honest, it's kind of frightening. And kind like disappointing. She's like, what do you mean? He begins to explaining how if someone's seen a mugging, they would simply walk by it. Because a hero would deal with it. And most of the times, they don't. Because some people would come by, not well-known heroes, but low ranks, people that were just in it for the money. For instance, the God, I forgot his name. I have come across multiple like apparent court cases that never made it to court. That two heroes, one by the name of Incineroar. Yes, I'm putting self-inserts in this that I'm gonna say that Stain killed. That are kind of dicks, but yeah. Back to it. Incinerator and Eviscerator and Inferno Jockey. Those two people, those two heroes, Izuku says in quotations, apparently have done terrible things to people. Things that I can't condone. Instead of like waiting to like get paid, they would dead ass ask the people they saved for cash. Which is already kind of fucked. But like it's more like they threaten them with jail time. And like going through court. They never really got the chance to defend themselves because when this information went public, they were killed by the hero killer Stain. Granted, I do not condone his methods, but to be quite honest, I do not believe that those type of people are good for a society at all. In or out of prison. Those types of people are kind of not even kind, they're just disgusting to me. And for instance, like, there are so little quirkless people in the world that no one really cares about their treatment. Ever since I was young, I was bullied, beaten. Hell, I'm and he lifts up his shirt a little bit to show a scar of a handprint, specifically of an explosion. A man that is now in prison gave this to me. That man's name was Katsuki Bakugo. We used to be best friends all the way until our quirks woke up. And since mine didn't wake up in time, I was seen as quirkless. And even when I had a quirk, I was still seen as quirkless. Which then allowed people to do things to me that they could get away with. Like beating me, basically robbing me on school campus, and the teachers wouldn't even say a word. Hell, one time, a teacher joined in. It was disgusting. It was disappointing. And when it comes down to it, you would expect the teachers that foster the minds of possibly new heroes would hold people accountable. Am I wrong? She's like, yes, that is true. Like, when it comes down to it, and they keep talking for a bit, and I'm gonna say, like, Tokoyami finally notices Deku. He's not walking up. To be honest, he's kind of stalking. He like, I want to see the hottie that he picked up. I want to see that. But yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's a fan of Midnight. Yeah, you will all know. Oh, that this was like bound to happen. It was just only a matter of time. Now, I'm not saying Midnight does pornographic pics, but let's be real. When it comes down to her first fucking hero outfit, people would lewd the fuck out of that. But because it's just so lootable. Like, tell me with a straight face that it ain't. Cause it fucking is. Anyway. But yeah. Basically, like, as like Tokoyami just like looks over, he's like taking a sip of scotch and he almost fucking chokes. And he's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? No. Bullshit. Like, and he's like trying to like double check, like fucking like getting closer, making sure that's them. They're enraptured in conversation, so they don't fucking notice. Yep, nope. That's Izuku. That is fucking Midnight, who is wearing the glasses, and like wears the hair how she usually does, like in her hero up. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna say she has her hair down, and she's like, yeah. But, yeah, no, like, Tokoyami, like, fucking snaps a picture, like, 3 or 4, and, like, texts, like, puts in the family group chat without Izuku in it, like, the Izuku gossip chat and the Izuku snitching chat, because that's what they did have for Izuku. They also had that for like Tokoyami as well, but Tokoyami didn't know about it, and Izuku didn't know about it. So, yeah. Like, what? Tokoyami's like, when the fuck did Izuku either got some brass balls? Like, that's what he's typing in. It's either Izuku got some brass balls, or he is dense. Like, slow in the head ever since he got a fucking quirk. And he posts the picture in the chat. And it's not that late. I'm gonna say it's like 9. The nightlife is starting to kick up. And like, first one to see it is Tokoyami's father. And like, he looks at it, he just starts laughing his ass off. And he just can't. He can't not stop laughing because let's be real. If you haven't been caught with like, let's be real, you're lucky if you like beat your shit in a house full of people and you don't get caught. So I'm gonna say that Tokoyami was one of the fuckers that got caught, and his father seen what he was doing into who. So he finds this specifically fucking funny. And like when Tokoyami's mother looks at it, she doesn't notice it at first. And it's like, what are you talking about? And then like Tokoyami like does a side by side like little photo of Midnight in her newer hero outfit to the one that's in the bar. And like, when Inko sees this, there's just like a look of pride. There's like, I'd expect my son to. And just, like, she doesn't even do anything. Like, she just looks at it, nods a couple times. You are definitely your father's child. Just sets that shit to the side. Continues watching fucking, like, a rerun of fucking General Hospital. Like, one of those. But, yeah, like, the Tokoyami house is flipping the fuck out, and they find it hilarious. That seemingly, it's either Izuku fucking notices, or he doesn't. Which, like, Izuku flips through his old hero books sometimes, still doesn't fucking notice. Like, even the fact that they have the same names, like, nah, that's a coincidence. Like, it's like, fuck off. Like, that's how, like, deep he is. Like, no fucking way. That's his entire thing about it. Like, and Izuku's starting to notice, like, she has a lot of similarities. But, he's like, really trying not to. Because, like, he can't tell if it's, like, the horny, old teenage version of himself, like, peeking through his head, or if that's actually her. And Izuku's fucking, like, not gonna say anything unless she wants to specifically talk about it. And Izuku never talked about, like, his career. And neither did Midnight. And it was, like, almost a content thing. Like, oh, we just don't talk about our jobs. We're both clearly well off enough to get into, like, the highest end club in the city. I'm pretty sure we're good. Like, it's kind of self-explanatory. But, yeah. Izuku is, after the night is over, he's not fucking shit-faced. But he is a bit buzzed, and he doesn't want to trust himself to take Nomori home. So, like, he calls an Uber. I'm not gonna lie to you, because it's like, darkness is specifically telling him not to. Like, it's like, even we're, like, not okay a little bit, because Izuku drank a lot. And, like, Nomori was, like, impressed how much he drank before he started feeling a bit tipsy. But, like, Izuku was pounding him. Why? Because he was, like, his throat was getting dry, and he needed, like, a lot of stuff. Because, like, they had a conversation that, personally, I can't go into, because I'm not an adult, but, or, like, think like that at the moment. Yeah. But, what I've come to realize in my what-ifs recently, I'm gonna say, like, I say that I'm gonna do shit later, and I'm gonna do it anyway. Like, for instance, when it comes down to the fucking, like, Decepticon story, I was planning on doing that shit when everything was done, right? When, like, shock absorption, fucking darkness, and fucking, all the other dekus I was doing kinda was on hold for a little bit. But, yeah. When it comes down to... But don't believe a fucking word I have to say. Why? Because I'm so goddamn scatterbrained. But, yeah, you're probably gonna get, like I said, a content flood. Because, fuck, like, I'm probably going to be uploading all fucking night. But, yeah, have a nice day. See you later. Bye-bye. And, oh, wait. Before I go, I believe I had something to say. Oh, yes. Chicago being the douchebag that it is, it got cold again. Cover the fuck up, it's cold outside.